So, yeah, let's talk about the solo dev mindset for a minute. Because honestly, if you're anywhere near the world of AI coding tools right now, Claude Code, Cursor, Codex, whatever, you've probably felt it, right? This rush of new features, new hype, endless promises. And then you actually try to ship something real, and suddenly it's just you, your screen, your own patience, or lack of it. I don't know. I've been there. I feel like there's a lot of noise right now, but underneath, what really makes or breaks you as a solo dev is mindset. Like what's happening in your head before you ever touch a line of code. Just real quick, I'm Daniel. Been living in the iOS trenches for over 8 years now. Started off freelancing, working with clients, figuring out what actually works and what just burns you out. But after Dub 25, I kind of flipped the switch and went all in on solo dev life. Since then, I've shipped a bunch of my own apps, started putting everything out there in public, and honestly, these days, pretty much all my energy is going into Crafter's Lab. And yeah, it isn't just another tutorial site or another AI clone farm. This is my actual home base for solo devs who treat AI like a real teammate, not just a vending machine. And yeah, I'm in it literally every day, building, tweaking, breaking stuff, just seeing what sticks, you know? And yeah, if you're part of the Patreon crew, huge thanks. And heads up, everything's moving over to crafterslab.dev. And honestly, if you want to get in as an early member and lock in your membership, now's kind of the sweet spot. Yeah. So this whole instant magic thing, it's kind of the first trap everyone falls into now. You ever get that feeling where like everyone else must be shipping an entire startup after 5 prompts and you're just sitting there fighting with another broken build error? I mean, come on, right? That's the myth. That's the thing that messes with your head more than any bug. And honestly, the pressure's wild. 1 minute you see some video, watch me build an app in 10 minutes with Claude. Next minute you're on prompt 8, nothing works, and you're convinced you're doing it wrong. But look, let's just be real for a second. You wouldn't try to play guitar and expect to write a song after strumming, 3 chords? You wouldn't bench press twice and walk out with a six-pack. Why do we think coding, with all these wild moving parts and new AI tools, is any different? The truth? Building real stuff just isn't instant. The work takes time. Every agent, every prompt, every tool you use, it's just the start. Most of the process is going back and forth, breaking stuff, poking at the problem, getting frustrated, and then out of nowhere, hitting a little breakthrough. And yeah, sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's a mess, but honestly, if it was all magic, none of it would mean anything. You wouldn't care about the win, you wouldn't actually get better. That's the part nobody talks about. If you're frustrated, if it's taking longer than the demo, if you're behind after 10 prompts, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. So, right? Don't sweat it. If you're grinding and it's not snapping together in a couple queries, that's actually the sign you're doing it right. It's normal. It's the only way anything worth building ever actually gets built. And then, of course, there's this other trap. A lot of folks get into this churn mindset. Like, if it breaks, you toss the tool, try another one, keep bouncing around, looking for the perfect workflow. I used to do that too. One tool didn't work, so on to the next. You try Lovable, it explodes. You switch to Claude, it stalls. You're on to Cursor, and so on. But look, the secret is none of these tools are perfect. No version 1 ever is. You got to treat it like actual craft, something you care about. If your first version doesn't work, so what? You just try again. If the plan fails, tweak it. If a feature is a mess, step back, plan better, run another pass. I mean, think about it. Software is hard. Not just the fun landing pages, not just the little weekend projects, but the stuff people pay for and actually use. That's always going to be hard. And honestly, that's why it's worth doing. So, my best advice here, treat every busted prompt, every rough draft as part of the art. There's alpha, there's beta, there's that weird, is this even working phase? And finally, eventually, you hit something real. But you only get there if you stay in the game, keep building, and stop treating broken features as a sign to quit. It's not a vending machine, it's a workshop. Now, the last thing, maybe the biggest. It all comes back to patience. I know, patience isn't sexy, but every solo dev I've ever met who's actually shipped something cool, they're the ones who stuck it out, even when it was messy, even when the AI was just spinning in circles, even when nothing was working the way it was supposed to. It's like building muscle or starting a business, or honestly, just learning to be a better builder. Mistakes are part of the deal. The real magic is every time you mess up, you get a little better. Every dead end prompt is another lesson. Every time you step back and say, wait, let's actually plan this, you're leveling up. You're not losing. You're literally building the experience that lets you be a solo dev for the long haul. So, yeah, that's the ride. You're going to break stuff. You're going to burn a night debugging nonsense that makes zero sense. And then you're going to wake up, try again, and slowly something awesome starts to take shape. The more you lean into the mess, the more you reflect, the more patient you get, the more fun it becomes. So, yeah, if you're still hanging out here with me, honestly, you're a legend, no joke. If any of this hit home, if you've been banging your head on the desk after another wild AI fail, or just feeling like you're the only one still shipping after everyone else switched tools again, just know this is what solo dev actually feels like. It's messy, it's slow, it's weirdly fun, and yeah, sometimes it's just chaos. And if any of this resonates, or if you're even just a little curious about what it looks like to actually build, break, and rebuild with other indie devs who are figuring it out too, go check out crafterslab.dev. Seriously, it's packed with everything I wish I'd had when I was starting out. We've got a Discord where you can actually get feedback and stay out of the hype spiral. There's a pile of resources and tutorials in the pipeline, like app blueprints, Figma foundations, growth notes, all the systems and templates that actually move when you're solo. There's a Notion workspace, team spaces, Playbook My Live Command Center to get the exact .md files and how I prep, and Swift Brain. This is the curated Swift UI library to fine-tune OSS LLMs, or power up your own MCP to give Claude Code and Cursor the context your apps need. And the newest one, Ops Lab, the spot for agent-powered workflows, live systems, templates, and playbooks to level up your solo dev process. And honestly, I'm still refining it, still breaking stuff, still learning. That's kind of the point, right? If you want to get in early and actually lock in your spot before the beta mode is over, now is probably the best time. And yeah, don't let anyone tell you that one agent is enough. Not if you actually want to ship, learn, and keep your sanity. Solo dev is a team sport, even if you're the only one at the keyboard. Okay, so keep crafting, keep experimenting, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.